I'm Kevin Hart, and I want to welcome you to
Organic or Industry Plant? We're back again to discuss whatever Katt Williams was talking about on his appearance on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay. In case you missed it, and I doubt you did, comedian, father, writer, and jack of all trades, Katt Williams single-handedly broke the internet when he went berserk, in a good way, on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay YouTube channel, calling out comedians left and right without a care in the world. Kevin Hart had been one of the comics to catch a stray from Katt's verbal weapon, resulting in rhetoric conversations surrounding Kevin Hart's rise to fame. So the question remains, was Kevin Hart's rise to fame organic? Or is he an industry plant picked and plucked by the gatekeepers of Hollywood? Industry plants are anything but new. We hear about so-and-so being a quote-unquote industry plant all the time, whether it be in sports, television, of course the music industry, or heck, even the news. The actual definition of the term industry plant gets changed, exchanged, and rearranged more times than not. And at this point, everyone has their own definition and their own takes on what an industry plant actually means or what it is. Disclaimer, prepare for the term industry plant to be dropped more times than Katt name drop comedians and celebs on Club Shay. When we say industry plant,
while they eat, they're like, whoo, I'll punch you in the fucking face. If I'm there, I swear to God.
who is the first person that comes to your mind? Also, feel free to share your answers down in the comments. Ice Spice? The Kid Laroi? Cardi B? Jennifer Lopez? Lana Del Rey? Sexy Red? Although subjective and downright confusing, some may argue that none of those people are actually industry plants. Well, maybe besides the Kid Laroi. No shade. Payola? Manufactured? Literally, what's the dang difference? No worries, we'll answer your questions by the end of the video. First, we need to discuss Kevin Hart's questionable yet inspiring global domination. Katt is not letting up on Kevin Hart anytime soon. No stranger to telling his truth and shaming the devil, Katt Williams unveiled an array of sticky situations that have occurred throughout his career as a comedian. Giving a quick rundown, Katt called out a nice little list of comedians and so-called entertainers. Y'all know who've achieved success by eating off of the backs of more morally righteous comics like Katt himself. And you know Kevin wasn't too far down that list. Talking to former NFL player Shannon Sharpe on Shannon's newfound interview platform, Club Shay, Katt went on to deem powerhouse comedian Powerhouse because of his impact, and not solely for his stand-up material for the naysayers and Kevin isn't even funny crew. Kevin Hart for being 15 years deep in the business and having no recollection of a sold-out Kevin Hart show, nor recalls Kevin ever getting a standing ovation in a comedy club. He already had his deals when he got there. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own film called Soul Plane that he was leading? No. What do you think a plant is? The gloves were all the way off. When Kevin himself caught wind of the very much direct diss, he took to his Twitter X page to let it be known that he was above the bull stuff. He's too busy being the Kevin Hart to respond to a pimp named Slickback's preposterous claims. Gotta get that anger up out you, champ. It's honestly sad, Kevin tweeted before proceeding to plus in his new movie. In the meantime, please enjoy my movie trailer to my next film, Lift, which will be dropping on Netflix in 8 days.
It's blackmail. It's treated like any other lift.
There is a moment in the trailer where Gugu Mbatha Raw says they really love you. I now know she's talking about Katt. Well, Kevin was obviously met with many of his supporters backing him, while a good chunk of the replies under his tweet were Team Katt fans who ridiculed and taunted the performer with remarks, jokes, and opinions backing Katt. He'd be hit with a double or triple whammy when it'd be discovered that Kevin's ex-wife, Tori Hart, is set to go on Katt's Dark Matter tour as one of his openers. Would you look at that? Katt also disclosed to Shannon and all of us that every role Kevin was offered, whether it be TV or film-wise, Katt was offered the roles first, but ultimately passed due to whatever personal reason. So is Kevin a quote-unquote industry plant for picking up roles Katt declined? Did he just pop up on all of our TV screens from out of thin air? Well, the story goes as follows. We all know from his comedy specials, and if you don't, now you do, that Kevin grew up in a single-parent household raised by his mom Nancy, who unfortunately passed away in 2007 from cancer. His dad, on the other hand, was a whole cocaine addict who didn't play much of a role in Kevin's life growing up, but was able to sober up enough to reconcile a relationship with him, kinda. Graduating from George Washington Public High School and attending the Community College of Philadelphia, he eventually dropped out of college, flying to New York City, and somewhere down the road became a shoe salesman. Katt claims that Kevin touched down in LA and was able to cultivate a leading role in a low-budget film and a TV show, all in the same year, without any buzz prior. However, the test results are in, and it has been determined that that was a lie. Kev didn't just up and land the lead role of Nashawn in the hood cult classic Soul Plane alongside Method Man, Sofia Vergara, and Snoop Dogg. Y'all really gonna sit there and act as if you never saw this man alongside Anthony Anderson, Regina Hall, Anna Faris, etc. in the Wayans-produced parody film Scary Movie 3? Kevin's first stand-up began at the Laugh House in his Philly city. Going by the moniker Lil Kev, he had a shaky start, and similar to many comedians or not, loud, audible boos could be heard from the audiences in venues across the state, and supposedly a chicken wing was even chucked at him from across the room. Comedy competitions took the place of his mundane stand-ups with, although mixed reviews. His material began to rack up the approval of those in attendance, and after a while, Kevin began to be more familiar with the comedy landscape, eventually developing his own unique comedic style. Folks out here saying, and by folks we mean Katt, that Kevin settled down in LA and scored his own leading role in a TV series and mainstream film that wasn't so mainstream since it went double cotton in the theaters. It did reach, but triple aluminum in bootleg markets across the nation. However, that is not correct. Those pilots and such were only obtained due to fellow actor, director, and producer Judd Apatow casting Kevin in one of his shows. Judd ended up liking Kev so much that he cast him in a pilot with Jason Segel, but unfortunately the show never picked up steam. Of course, this was after the many stand-up appearances and shows Kevin had already done. He then get cast in films like Scary Movie 3, where he alongside Anthony Anderson's roles were so good. Kev would be offered his own lead in Soul Plane, a film about a man who sues an airline company after losing his dog in a horrific accident due to the plane's neglect and wins, obtaining millions of dollars, ultimately deciding to purchase his own airline. Much more ridiculously hilarious than how I'm describing it, but y'all get the picture. Kev was getting his face and name out there, personally emailing fans and supporters, and he even paid for his own stand-up special, I'm a Grown Little Man, which, as you know or don't, propelled him into the mainstream light, securing his name in households everywhere, otherly known as the special that got him famous. During an episode on the Brilliant Idiots podcast, Charlemagne the God weighed in on the one-sided beef between Kevin and Katt Williams, which resulted following Katt's club Shay appearance. Charlemagne disagreed with Katt's claims that Kevin's success was predestined and not by Kevin's own hard work, citing that we, as in we the public, saw Kevin not succeed in Hollywood. His ABC sitcom, The Big House, the show Judd Apatow helped him land, tanked. Soul Plane bombed, grossing $14 million at the box office with a budget of $16 million. The idea that Kevin Hart upped and made it big in Hollywood, although not uncommon, given all the supposed nepo babies and manufactured entertainers out there who get plucked from the industry's waiting room for potential cash cows, is just not entirely true. Entirely. Kevin Hart being chosen to be Hollywood's golden boy for all things comedy-centric related wasn't by pure chance, but by pure determination to make it as big as possible in this field. What many seem to get wrong is the circumstances surrounding industry plants and what it is exactly. Perhaps what Katt meant to say was by Kevin bending over and becoming a puppet to the industry, willing to do whatever to achieve his desired roles and goals, made him a sellout. But is it really selling out if you're going where the money resides? Sounds like smart business moves to me. But I have no bone or dog in the fight, so I'ma leave that to y'all to go back and forth in the comment. So, what do you think? Do you think Kevin Hart is an industry plant? or just someone willing to go higher in the uncomfortability meter in order to achieve his goals? Let us know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments, and stay tuned for more true celebrity stories.